Yes, from old line. Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. It's a joy, a pleasure, and also a little bit of a surprise to be with you right now. So we're doing a show that's a little different. We're doing it for a number of reasons. We'd like to thank Friday Night Folk and all the powers that be that have anything to do with Friday Night Folk, and we'd like to welcome our Friday Night Folk audience. You guys are awesome, and we're so glad to be with you tonight. So, we have two amazing musicians with us tonight. First of all, I want to tell you that you're used to me talking a little bit, then some music playing, then us doing a little interview thing. We're not going to do that tonight because I want you to sit back and enjoy amazing, wonderful music from these two accomplished and delightful musicians. So it is going to be a little different, but you know what? It's all good. It's all about good music, and that's what Grandma's Attic is always all about. So remember to do the things we need to do in our community. Stay safe, safe distance, shop local, you know, the whole bit that I usually do in between songs. Do those things and welcome into your homes, into your computer, into wherever you're watching from, Geoff Kaufman and Dean Stevens.
Well, I want to thank Dot Ames and Grandma's Attic for inviting us into the studio to do this show for Friday Night Folk. This is a hard time with COVID for us to do live music, so I'm just delighted that we have this chance to do a show this way, and particularly delighted to have Dean Stevens, good friend of mine here from Boston Way, who is, to my mind, one of the greatest writers of and collectors of songs of conscience and consequence. And so what a delight that we're going to be able to share an hour together. But as I think of the times we're going through, it's been a dark period. Thankfully, the days are getting longer, but it's been a dark season and a dark year. And so I wanted to start with a song of solace from Gordon Bach, perhaps one of the best solace songs I know. And so this is his Turning Toward the Morning, which he wrote for someone who was having a hard time, particularly down east in Maine in the winter. But this is for all of you who might now want to be thinking about when things are going to get brighter. When the deer has bedded down and the bear's gone to ground and the northern goose has wandered off to warmer baying sound, it's so easy in the cold to feel the darkness of the year, and your heart is growing lonely for the morning. Oh, my Joni, don't you know the stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. And if I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning toward the morning. October's growing thin, November's coming home. You'll thinking of the season and the sad things that you see. And you'll hear that old wind walking, hear him calling high and thin, and you swear he's out there singing of your sorrow. Oh, my Joni, don't you know, the stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. And if I had a thing to give you, I would tell you one more time that the world is always turning toward the morning. When the darkness falls around you and that old wind comes to call, you can hear him call your name out as he walks the brittle snow. But that old wind don't mean you trouble, he don't care or even know, he's just walking down the darkness toward the morning. Oh, my Joni, don't you know, stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. And if I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning toward the morning. It's a pity we don't know what the little flowers know. They can't take the cold November, they can't take the wind and snow. They put their glories all behind them, bow their heads and let it go. But you know they'll be there shining in the morning. Oh, my Joni, don't you know, stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. And if I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning toward the morning. Oh, my Joni, don't you know, the days are rolling slow, and that winter's walking easy as he did so long ago. And if that wind should come and ask you, why's my Joni weeping so, won't you tell him you're weeping for the morning. Oh, my Joni, don't you know, stars are swinging slow, seas are rolling easy as they did so long ago. And if I had a thing to give you, I'd tell you one more time that the world is always turning toward the morning. Thanks to Gordon Bach for giving us that. I heard a recitation at our Sea Music Festival at Mystic Seaport many years ago from Liam Clancy. The Clancy brothers actually came to America to be actors rather than singers, but they got onto that other track. But this was just a wonderful recitation, a small bit of Alfred Lord Tennyson's Ulysses. And I think it's pertinent to our moments. Come, my friends, 'tis not too late to seek a newer world. Push off, and sitting well in order, smite the sounding furrows, for my purpose holds to sail beyond the sunset and the baths of all the western stars until I die. It may be that the gulfs will wash us down. It may be that we shall touch the happy isles and see the great Achilles whom we knew. Though much is taken, much abides. And though we are not now that strength which in old days moved earth and heaven, that which we are, one equal temper of heroic hearts, made weak by time and fate, but strong in will, to strive, to seek, to find, and not to yield.
Hear, hear.
So, Dean, what would you like to do for us?
Well, hi. Dean here. I just drove down the interstate from Boston, and there were congressional impeachment hearings in a very impassioned way on the radio, so impassioned that I missed the exit to Westerly. But we were able to get together and work up some tunes, and I want to continue on the theme of hope and of uplift. Geoff and I know each other from a summer gathering that happens on Swans Island, Maine, off the coast of Acadia National Park. We go there every summer. We didn't go this past summer for obvious reasons that you know about. But there's another songwriter. There's about a dozen different players that converge every summer. One of them is named Bill Burnett. He's from Los Angeles, and he wrote this song, and I hope it lifts you up. I've been wishing for a magical breeze. Let it blow my way. Hear it swishing through the tropical trees. Let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Ooh, let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. There's a ripple moving over the pond. Let it blow my way. Like a signal from the great beyond. Let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Ooh, let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. I've been trying to fly my kite for a long, long time. Keep on trying, 'cause I think I just might catch a breeze this time. And when the breeze comes rushing through, let it blow my way. It's gonna lift me, it's gonna lift you too. Let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Ooh, let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Let it blow. I've been trying to fly my kite for a long, long time. Keep on trying, 'cause I think I just might catch a breeze this time. When the breeze comes rushing through, let it blow my way. It's gonna lift me, gonna lift you too. Let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Ooh, let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Let it blow my way. Ooh, let it blow my way. Let it blow my way.
Bill
Thank
Burnett.
you very much.
Bill Burnett has written so many wonderful songs.
He has.
And that's a treat.
And I've recorded several of them over the years. I got another one written by a Boston guy named Jim Infantino. I love this man's music too. And this one is sort of a resetting of a famous kind of political song that's called the International, but it's not as kind of, it's not as anthemic. It's more folky, the way that Jim rewrote it. And the original is called the Internationale, but this is called just International. Rise up, you lonely wanderers, rise up, you hungry people. The hurricane is coming, the land will soon be flooded. The past is dead and over. Rise up and claim your freedom, you are the sleeping giant. Arise, 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 do not beg for your salvation. From preachers, kings, and masters, the people hold the power. Arise and claim your freedom. The wealthy enjoy privilege only at your acquiescence, only while you stay in darkness. Arise, 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 because in the end, freedom will be international. While politicos divide us, they demand their compensation. They should swear we don't, they should pray we don't refuse them. Arise and claim your freedom. The powerful and wealthy, they are only human beings. On earth we are all equal. Arise, arise, arise. While all of us were sleeping, the bank owners got richer at the expense of all our children. Arise and claim your freedom. They are frightened by our numbers and by our interdependence, and rightfully they should be. Arise, 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 because in the end, freedom will be international. Do not numb yourself with purchases or vain overconsumption. Do not isolate your spirit. Arise and claim your freedom. Your TV and your iPhone seek to keep you in your slumber. Step out into the sunlight. Arise, 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 rise up, you lonely wanderers. Rise up, you hungry people. The hurricane is coming. The land will soon be flooded. The past is dead and over. Rise up and claim your freedom. You are the sleeping giant. Arise, 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 because in the end, freedom will be. Because in the end, freedom will be international.
Bravo.
Nice. Nicely done.
I'm going to have
Thank
to
you.
get a little more of his music.
Absolutely. Jim Infantino. He has a group that's called Jim's Big Ego.
That sounds like fun. Well, I want to do a song from Pete Seeger, who's certainly been an inspiration for both of us. I had the chance to sail a good deal on the Hudson River sloop Clearwater and sang with Pete as one of the sloop singers for a period of years. But it was someone else who sent me this song later on. And I just want to say that words have significance, as we have seen. And I think that January 6th, 2021 is going to go down in history for the effect of some words. So this is Pete's take on our need to understand the words we're using. Words, 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 in my old Bible, how much of truth remains, and if I only understood them, while my lips pronounce them, would not my life be changed? Words, 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 in old Tom's declaration, how much of truth remains, and if I only understood them, while my lips pronounce them, would not my life be changed? Words, 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 in my old songs and stories, how much of truth remains, and if I only understood them, while my lips pronounce them, would not my life be changed? Words, 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 on cracked old papers, how much of truth remains, and if my mind could understand them, and my life pronounce them, would not this world be changed? Simple and profound.
I had never heard that song before.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. There are treasures hidden that, I mean, Pete sang so much. There are 10 CDs of stuff that he sang, but we often don't get to pay attention to some of the wonderful things he wrote. So, let's see. We were talking about Gracias.
I've got a song that is actually quite well known, was recorded in this country by Joan Baez and others, including myself, about, maybe 30 years ago, believe it or not. But I relearned this recently for the memorial celebration of the life of my uncle, whose name was John Stam. He, like my parents, was a missionary in Costa Rica. He was a theology professor and seminary dean, and wrote a lot. And this was the song that he wanted sung to him near the end of his long and fruitful life. And then I got to sing it for him and relearn it. I had sort of forgotten it. It's by Violeta Parra from Chile, and it's called Gracias a la Vida, which means thanks to life. I give thanks to life, which has given me so much. It gave me two eyes, which when I open, I can clearly distinguish the dark from the light, and among the multitudes can see the one that I love. I give thanks to life, which has given me so much. It gave me sound. It gave me alphabet with which the words that I think and declare, mother, friend, brother, and light, shining the path to the one that I love. I give thanks to life, which has given me so much. It gave me the march of my tired feet, with which I walked through mountains and valleys and wastelands, and to the door of the one that I love. I give thanks to life, which has given me so much. It gave me laughter. It gave me heartbreak, with which I can distinguish anguish from tragedy, which are the two elements of my song, and of your song, which is also my song. I give thanks to life. Gracias a la vida. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos luceros que cuando los abro, perfecto distingo lo negro del blanco. Y en el alto cielo su fondo estrellado, y entre las multitudes la mujer que yo amo. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio dos el sonido y el abecedario, con él las palabras que pienso y declaro. Madre, amigo, hermano y luz alumbrando la ruta hacia el alma de la que yo amo. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la marcha de mis pies cansados. Con ellos anduve ciudades y charcos, playas y desiertos, montañas y llanos, y la casa tuya, tu calle y tu patio. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me dio el corazón que agita su marco cuando mira el fruto del cerebro humano, cuando mira el bueno tan lejos del malo, cuando mira el fondo de tus ojos claros. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la risa, me ha dado el llanto, así yo distingo dicha del quebranto, los dos materiales que forman mi canto, y el canto de ustedes que es el mismo canto, y el canto de todos que es mi propio canto. Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto. And the verse that I forgot to translate for you is the most beautiful one. It says, I give thanks to life which has given me so much. It gave me a heart that quickens its pace when it sees the work of the human mind, when it sees the good so far from the evil, when it sees the depths of your clear eyes, oh my love. Gracias a la vida.
Absolutely gorgeous. Do you want to say a little more about your work south of the border? And
well, sure. That's a little part of my work. I call myself a jerk of all trades. I work for a long time as a Spanish interpreter in the courts, but I had too many things going on, so I only did that for maybe one day a week for the last maybe 5 years. I'm not doing it right now because the courts are closed, but that's in addition to that. Musician, of course, and just got really interested in Central America. I was born and grew up in Costa Rica, but I took a special interest in 1991, 30 years ago, in El Salvador, at the end of the conflict with refugees coming back to their villages, and got very active in what they call El Salvador sister city efforts, making friendships with these villages of recently returned refugees, trying to rebuild their homes and resettle in their places of origin. And it's turned into just a life passion, and I go every 6 months and I take groups. We visit 4 villages. We haven't taken any trips during the virus, of course, but I was just looking. February plane tickets are $350, and I haven't investigated to see if there's any requirements, like you have to quarantine for 2 weeks or something, which would make it impossible. The trips are always just 8 days, and we visit 4 villages, and from that has come this commerce, importing coffee and roasting it here locally and selling it at farmers markets mostly, and also crafts from a women's sewing co-op in another village.
Did this come from down there?
Yes, it did. This is another little passion that I have, which is stocking thrift shops and buying solid color shirts, and I take them to a lady named Hilda in Eligeral. She and her 3 daughters are wonderful artists in embroidery, and they embroider shirts for me, and I bring suitcases of them back and keep the best ones for myself and give a few away and sell the rest at farmers market in town of, not town, Roslindale, which is a part of Boston. So, anybody out there who's interested in a trip to El Salvador, I'm always looking for travelers to come when the coast is clear, of course. I have a feeling that February won't happen this year, but that's in a nutshell. I also am administrator of a small church in Boston called Community Church of Boston. It's a social justice, kind of peace and justice congregation. And I'm a dad and a spouse and a gardener. Have I told you enough?
All right. Well, thinking of people that might have emigrated here, here's a song from Jan Christensen from New York, who wrote it in 1986 to celebrate the centennial of Ellis Island. And so he brings a number of people to America in this song, obviously a subject that's also been rather much discussed of late. Well, my name is Juan, and I come to this country on the boat lift from Mariel Bay. As I walk the streets of a city, I heard some people say they all look funny and they don't speak English and they're taking our jobs away. But from out of the past I heard people who said, from an island in New York Bay, Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Your hands and your legs work fine. Do you have some relatives there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, hey, hey, welcome to the land of the free. Well, my name is Pat, and I come from Killarney, where I worked with both my hands. But the crops, they failed, and the agents came and threw me off of my land. So I crossed the ocean with a pack on my back, and I hope they will let me stay. The old world is gone, but I see a new home from this island in New York Bay. Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relatives there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stand your card and say, hey, hey, welcome to the land of the free. Oh, my name is Rivka, I come from Russia, where I never knew luxury. The Cossacks came with their swords and their guns and killed all my family. So I came here where people don't live in fear, and I'll sweat in your dress shops all day.
vouch for your sanity. And if you make it through the day, they will stand your guard and say, hey, hey, welcome to the land of the free.
My name is Guido, I come from Palermo, where I lit the bricks all day. Thought I had a dream which was bigger than Palermo, that's why I sailed away. So I climbed your buildings and I'll build your subways and I'll save up all of my pay. So next year my wife and my children can come to this island in New York Bay.
Ellis Island, come down the gangplank and go through the door. Stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine? Do you have some relatives there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, hey, hey, welcome to the land of the free.
So we are the ghosts of old Ellis Island. We have our tales to tell. Some of us left a good life to come here. Some left a living hell. But we crossed the ocean, made this country as you will in your very own way. So to those who have come, we all say welcome home from this island to New York Bay.
Ellis Island, come down the gangplank, go through the door, stand on the long, long line. Do you have TB or a social disease? Do your hands and your legs work fine?
Do you have some relatives there on the shore who can vouch for your sanity? And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, hey, hey, welcome to the land of the free. And if you make it through the day, they will stamp your card and say, hey, hey, welcome to the land of the free.
That's an amazing song. And I thought that an hour of rehearsing it all the way down the interstate would have it. I would have it down, but oh well.
That's all right.
But at the end of the song, it was almost there.
So, you say you have a song in Malagasy.
I have a song in Malagasy. I learned it 20 years ago, and I tell you how I know that it was 20 years ago, because at that time I had a 4-year-old who learned the words of this song faster than I did, and was prompting all the syllables that I didn't know. It's kind of a hard thing to memorize. Anyway, I just remember this little kid going, Tico, you know, just telling me what the next line was. But I recently had to reorganize my CD collection. You see, the story is that a tree fell on our house and sent all the CDs,
you better sing the
CDs
song,
away.
because we have about enough time to do the songs we have.
1:45? Okay. This song is in Malagasy, and it means don't forget where you came from. Hold on to your past and celebrate your culture. Nyangula peo miranda pisone me kamea kashimitina. Tashuanu arua riba riba ne mi falano manitina. Tale sarani hirani karikyo. Tiko tikula katati matakaluko. Tale sarani hirani tanikyo. Tiko tikula katati matakaluko. Yumbahiyo, kanun rafuta kakunilu kwapuye. Yumbahiyo, timavela kufatu falufa kuye. Ifembalia mirakotuza fenete namampe kifulane. Para kuaperatane randani desimandrea jiturane. Tale, tarani hirani tani kyo. Tiko, tiko lakatati matakaluko. Tale, tarani hirani tani kyo. Tiko, tiko lakatati matakaluko. Yumbayo, yumbayo, yumbayo kanula fukatabuni lupakuye. Yumbayo, yumbayo, yumbayo timavela kufatu falufa kuye. Tale, tarani hirani tali kyo. Tiko, tiko lakatati matakaluko. Yumbayo. Mavela kufati falufa kuye.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Malagasy.
From the country Madagascar. We don't hear too much about, but it's like the third biggest island on the planet, and it's beautiful.
And it
music.
has incredible
Amazing
wildlife
music.
that we hope
Wildlife,
they will
yeah.
be able to hold on to. Well, we have a good friend by the name of Pat Humphries, who is another incredible writer of music for the moment, and or many moments. She's been doing it for quite a while now. But this song is called Common Thread, and I think that in this moment, for us, we need to be looking at how we can connect, how we can find our commonalities so that we can move forward without violence, but in peace and in love and finding the answers. So I just fairly recently actually put on her first CD, and there it was. And I said, oh, I better learn that song. So this is Pat Humphries' Common Thread. In a many-colored garden, we are growing side by side. We will rise all together, we will rise. With the sun and the rain upon us, not a row will be denied. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. In a many-colored fabric made from strands of common thread, we will rise all together, we will rise.
We can feed our grain to cattle, and the rich man will be fed.
We will rise all together, we will rise.
So, and we if we'll have bread, we will rise all together, we will rise. Let's do that again.
Yeah.
Or we'll feed our grain to people so that many might have bread.
We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise.
No more will there be hunger in these strands of common thread. We will rise all together, we will
rise. In the dark of fear and hatred, dressed in dignity we stand. We will rise all together, we will rise. Now you think me forget this verse, let me start it again. In the dark of fear and hatred, dressed in dignity we stand. We will rise all together, we will rise. We have pieced this quilt together, linking hearts and stitching hands. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We are spirit spirits drawn together tightly by our common threads. We will rise all together, we will rise.
And we'll defy the threat of violence, we'll no longer live to fight. We will rise all together, we will rise. With our arms around our neighbors, we will walk into the light. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will weave a freedom fabric from these strands of common thread. We will rise all together, we will rise. From our children to our elders, from all nations we will rise. We will rise all together, we will rise. May respect for all our differences enhance our common ties. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will build a global family strengthened by our common threads. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise like the ocean, we will rise like the sun. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will build a global family strengthened by our common threads. We will rise all together, we will rise. We will rise all together, we will rise.
Gentlemen, so can I ask you to please do one more song, and then I will close the show and you can take us out with a song after that?
Absolutely. Perfect.
Absolutely.
And I think we've got just the song we want to do for that.
Great.
Yes. Yes. I just heard a new version of this song. It's written by Aileen Vance of Santa Cruz, California, and this new version is by a young African-American singer. Beautiful version. Her name is B.E.A. is her stage name. This is fitting to sing because these are words straight out of the prophets as spoken numerous times by Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And we're coming on his celebration day. This is called Let Justice Roll Down. There is no freedom, a wise man said, let justice roll down, roll down. When the poor cry out for shelter and bread, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary, walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream.
Hatred will never drive out hate. Let love roll down, roll down. Remember our hearts can make us great. Let love roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream.
Let it roll like a mighty stream. Ooh, ooh. When fists rise up to strike a blow, let peace roll down, roll down. May the poets remind us of what we know. Let peace roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. When brutality threatens our daughters and sons, let songs roll down, roll down. May our voices be heard above the guns. Let songs roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Step by step and one by one, let justice roll down, roll down. You can kill the prophet, but the dream lives on. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Oh, children, don't you get weary. Walk together, believe in the dream. When the way gets rough, we'll make a new way. Let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Let justice roll down, roll down. Let justice roll down, roll down. Let justice roll down, roll down. Let justice roll down like a mighty, mighty stream. Yes.
Eileen Dance. Great song.
Thank you, Grandma Dot.
You're so
Thank
welcome.
you to your wonderful staff, Jay out there, and Drew out there for putting
And
this on
Reggie
for
out
us.
there, too.
Reggie out there for hosting this lovely event, and I'm so glad to have come. Thank you.
I'm so blessed to
And
have you
thank
here.
Geoff.
So, in closing the show, give me a minute. I want to remind you all that social justice doesn't begin in Washington, D.C. Social justice doesn't begin even in the town hall of the town you live in. Social justice begins in your heart, and it lives in your community. I just heard a bunch of songs that moved me. Maybe a little more than I should be moved when I'm trying to do a TV show, okay? But we need to remember that everything that we do is seen by another human being. Everything that we have goes somewhere. We need to take what we have and give kindness, give love, give compassion, and teach the people that don't know it how to do it. I am so blessed to have this platform to talk to you all. We still need to social distance. We still need to wear our masks. We still need to do the next right thing when it comes to COVID-19. But what we also need to do is reach out to our fellow man and love each other more than we ever have. We've got this, people. We've got this. Take it for what it's worth. Take it to the bank of your heart. Know I love you. I'll see you next week, and I'm going to have the guys take us out with a song. Blessings to you all.
Here, here, Dot.
Yes.
All right.
So Pete Seeger's Rainbow Race.
One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping on our shores, one earth so green and brown, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow race. It's too soon to die. Some people like to live like an ostrich, bury their heads in the sand. They hope their plastic dreams will unclench all those greedy hands. Some like to live the easy way,
Poisons, bombs, they think we need 'em. Don't they know you can't kill all the unbelievers? There's no shortcut to freedom. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and round, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow rays it's too soon to die. Go tell all the little children, tell the mothers and fathers too. This is our last chance to share what was given to me and you. One blue sky above us, one ocean lapping all our shores, one earth so green and brown, who could ask for more? And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show my rainbow rays it's too soon to die. And because I love you, I'll give it one more try to show